Hey, you want to know why there is so much suffering in this world? Because you and I are not making enough money. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 3 reasons why the world suffers when we don't make enough money. But before I get there, in this channel, I talk a lot about learning how to make, keep, and multiply money for the purpose of building generational wealth and retiring early. But what is the bigger picture behind making more wealth? Is it to be more greedy? Is it to acquire more? Or is there a higher purpose into actually getting into there? Well, that's basically where I want to get this conversation today and start talking about foundation. One of the great ways that you can help the world is to actually invest in a foundation, and they will in turn transform your donation into actions that will lead to problem solving, right? It could be any types of problems, things that you care about. Like me, I care about homelessness. I care about hospitals in my countries, and we're going to be talking about that later. So, what is the foundation? It is an organization where people are volunteering their time or hired for the sole purpose of solving a specific problems that's going to benefit the world. They're not necessarily there for profit. It's still a business, but it's not necessarily a business for profit. It becomes a non-profit business. To keep it simple, the more money you donate, the more time and energy they can allocate towards those problems and actually solve. But the question is, do you have enough to give?
You
That's
serious?
the big questions. But specifically, millennials are living paycheck to paycheck. In Canada, over 50% of millennials are living paycheck to paycheck. In the States, it's even more than that. So there is a problem here where millennials are not necessarily financially educated, mixed with a lack of opportunity where they can actually get more pay. And also, when you factor inflation that is tackling them, it's really limit the purchase power that they have in their pocket, and that in turns mean less money for donation. If people, millennials, the larger population of the working class, is not making enough money to even sustain themselves. So that's going to lead a problem with the foundation. But hey, first thing, that the first reason why the world suffers is because you are living paycheck to paycheck.
Are you stupid or something?
This is definitely a big problem in our society. It limits your purchase power, your ability to get resources, and it also limits other people as well in their ability to get resources as well. The second reason why the world suffers when you don't make enough money is you also have less time, right? You're spending more time in your work to get the dollars, meaning less time that you can allocate to other projects. And sometimes in foundation, it's not just the money that they need, they also need the time, the volunteering time. And I'm not saying that everyone should go to a foundation and help, but the more people that can free up their time, more of these people are going to be looking for something else to do. And foundations are a great way to allocate this time so that, hey, you can actually help solve the problems. And there is problems for anything you care about. There is foundation about anything you care about. So I'm sure you can go out there and find something you care, but hey, you need the time, right? The more time you can allocate to, the closer the problem will be solved. But you won't be able to get to that time and free up your time if you have to exchange your time for money, right? If you go to your job, you exchange your time for money. Therefore, you cannot free up your time and exchange that for value to a population, to a crowd, to a community, or a country that needs it the most. So, second reason why the world suffers when you don't make enough is because you don't have enough time to offer. And lastly, third reason why the world suffers when you don't make enough is because of scarcity mindset, right? If you don't make enough, you live in a scarcity mindset. To be able to graduate from that and evolve from that, you need to transfer to the prosperity mindset, right? And one of the ways that you do that is by making more money. With more money, you have more opportunities, you have more options, right? And you have a different mindset that comes with that, with the opportunity that you give. And let me give you a perfect example of exactly what I'm saying here. We have Mr. Bismack Biombo. The Sport Network just released this news saying that, hey, he decided to donate his entire NBA salary for the year to build a hospital in Congo. Right? So this is a whole different mindset. He's making a lot of money in the NBA. He lives within his means so that he doesn't have to spend most of his money that he gets, and instead he's helping his country by honoring his father along the way. So that's what he wanted to do with his money. And that's exactly what I'm saying. The more money he's making, the more he can help his country by creating hospital in places that needs it the most, right? What I'm trying to do is to inspire to be just like Bismack Miambo. How can you be in a situation in your life where you're making so much money that you can give a lot of it away and still live comfortable, right? I have this personal dream of mine where I want to live on 30% of my income and 70% of that goes to foundation. But hey, I still love to have a comfortable life. I want to have the chef who's cooking for me. So you can imagine how much money I really have to make. Is 70% of all that will go to foundation, and then to 30% will buy me everything that I want to buy. So that's how I aspire to make more money. And I want to encourage you to start thinking the same way as well. How can you join Project 7030? What can you do in your life, in your investments, that's going to multiply your wealth to the point where just 30% of your income is more than enough to sustain your lifestyle? Make sure you tune in to my podcast, Wealth Engineering, on Wednesday. I'm going to be releasing a video where I talk to someone who's running a foundation, building hospitals in areas that are very dangerous and very poor. And she's going to give you different insights of how your donations can be very impactful to people in the area that needs it the most, right? So again, how do you even get there? By making, keeping, and multiply money. But hey, we don't want to do that all for greed purpose. We want to also share part of that with the world so that we can stop suffering across the world by making more money. With that said, we'll talk on the next video.
Hey, yeah, it's all about wealth engineering. Might be something that you're not used to. It's okay, cause I'm here to introduce you to concepts, time to grow and make big moves. All about crypto, come see. Stocks and business, yes indeed. Got the info that you need. Hosted by my homie JC. Hey, yeah, wealth engineering, stacking and stacking it up. It's time to generate wealth till you living like Scrooge McDuck. Hey, wealth engineering, it's time to show you the game till you living like Richie Rich, till you ballin' like Bruce Wayne. Hey, you ain't gotta be an expert, no problem. It don't really matter where you at, just start it. It'll take time, hard work, and all this, but we bring the info that you wanted. Stocks, real estate, crypto, let's work. Generational wealth, increase net worth. Like a kid on a bike, take the training wheels off. Right now is your time, make it happen like a boss. Yeah, JC, bring that fire, mentally taking you higher. Get the cash flow that you desire. Building that wealth, I should call you sire. You about to run it, I know it. We steady growing, this is the moment. You gotta subscribe, cause you don't wanna miss it. Wealth engineering, it's time to get it.